Hi everybody, it's Lee White, your transformational coach, coming to you live this afternoon to talk to you about this thing of creating a vision for your life and why it's so important to have a vision. And what I mean by a vision is to literally get really clear on what you want and to write it down and to create a vision board, which a lot of people do. And I'll talk to you a bit about what those are, because what you might have seen is that people slap a few pictures together on a piece of paper, and there's actually a whole lot more to it, especially at an energetic level. And the big one when you're trying to create a vision for your life, if you're doing this after trauma, it's not really going to work unless you have the right tools and support. So hi everybody for joining me this afternoon. I can see a few people coming in now, and it's so great to have you here from all over the globe, joining this conversation about how to create a vision for your life after trauma. And why I want to talk about after trauma is because when we are impacted by any kind of trauma, and I mean, like, there's no scale, sorry, there is a scale, there's no definite yes or no to what defines trauma. So something that is what you call small, yet you feel affected by. So you might think, I don't want to talk to anybody about my trauma because it's not big enough. That's not true. I'm here to tell you that's a total myth, because people can have trauma like their emotional needs not being met when they were very young, as an example, and that has a huge impact because those are your formative years, aren't they? They are the years when you learn all of the rules and you become institutionalized through schooling. So many things happen in that time. So you don't have to have a massive loss, grief, an ending, something being pulled out from under you. You don't have to have that to have experienced trauma that you experience through your body. So, you know, when you, if you have a recollection of when you actually were experiencing a trauma, you will know that what that felt like, the feeling of that will be a very strong thing that resonates with you. Lost for words. It'll be the part of the memory, and what also happens with that, and I really want to unpack this with you because it will explain so much about how healers work with people and how coaches work with people and what it's all about, and then how that links in with your vision. When you're experiencing trauma and you're experiencing it through your body, parts of the body and the energy centers of the body are all great memory capsules of that trauma, and they're going to hang on to that until you're ready to do the work, or until you've got the support to do the work. And sometimes the support can come in a form like a supportive friend that you trust saying to you, you don't look right, are you okay? And you might feel like it's time for me to share, and you might start exploring, reflecting, discussing. You might blurt out the thing that you've experienced that is causing you so much despair or frustration, or leading to you doing things like procrastinating and holding yourself back and all of that. So many different ways that trauma can affect us, and I'm telling you, it will. There is no escaping things that have happened to you along the journey of your life. And if you know that you keep having these repeating cycles where you're holding yourself back, or things happening around you that you seem to be drawing to you, why does this stuff keep happening to me? It's all interlinked with that historic trauma. So when you decide to take some action with a professional who's going to hold that space for you to describe what you can remember, or they're going to actually maybe do body work with you that will not require so much explanation, and the person that is a healer like myself facilitates the clearing of that trauma from your body, and there's a lot less verbalizing of the detail that needs to happen, but you will be fully aware of what's going on and what is coming up inside of you. And if anyone that's watching has experienced a healing process and, you know, agrees about that thing of how you don't have to go into a long story about what's being cleared, you will just know the thing that's being addressed. You know, a person, a time, something will come up for you, definitely. And that's what makes it so supportive for people who've experienced complex grief, complex trauma, that type of thing, because a lot of body work and healing work is so, like, it's very beautiful, it's very restorative, and people feel a lot physically lighter. Well, like, yeah, of course they do, because the trauma has been cleared. And it doesn't happen without your permission, and it doesn't happen without you being an active participant in the process. So if you wanted to create a vision for your life, until that work around the blocks, the limiting beliefs, you know, the things that you keep telling yourself about others and about your experiences in life and about who you are and what your value is, until all of that gets kind of unpacked and addressed in the appropriate ways, it's very hard for you to successfully create a really effective vision for your life. And what I mean by successful or effective is one that works, because anyone can write down goals. You can even look at them a lot. You can even try to take some action around it, but without you doing the work to clear out what's getting in the way, and without you having the appropriate support for that, it's just not going to happen. The true manifestation into your, like, 3D reality, the things you can touch and feel, it really won't come out of your dreams and into your reality until you're able to do that clearing work, absolutely, and do that with support, with a healer. And then the other part of my work that is very important is that coaching side of it, where we are talking and where I'm usually going to be asking you questions. It's usually going to be more about questions and really receiving what your perspective might be, and that will show you what your beliefs are as well. And it'll enable you, through working with a coach, you are able to not just have had healing work done on you, but you'll also be able to learn how to keep your energy clean. So you'll be able to make decisions differently and do things differently, so that you can be in much more control of what's going on with your energy, which is so powerful and life-changing for you. And at that time, it is optimum for you to be creating a new vision. And it's often part of the work I do with clients, where after our work together, I'll be encouraging them to be creating a new vision, because they've obviously seen me because they want to change something, and to be getting it down on paper. So what is really key here is this implanting into the mind the people, places, things, feelings that you want to be experiencing, so that you're not trying to create from the 3D world around you and what you can see. Like, if you're trying to create more abundance in your life, like a relationship, feeling great, well-being, or money, it's not going to happen in a way where your belief around that is going to be coming from what you can see and touch, because otherwise you wouldn't be working on the manifestation if it had already happened. It's going to be coming out of the unseen world, absolutely. And that's going to come where your feelings are going to come into play a lot. So having this beautiful vision that you've created, and that we do a lot of energetic work around you connecting with that vision, and we charge and attune, you know, the whole, that's not the word I'm looking for, it's activate, sorry, not attune. We activate that vision in line with very powerful energy and your own energy, a bit of both. I really don't like trying to describe it because it doesn't happen in a way that is like that. And what I want to share with you is I've had a lot of questions about our retreat in the last week, because the retreat is coming up in a month, or it may even be a bit less now, and we're going to be creating, I wanted to tell you what's going on, because we're creating vision boards and doing the whole aligning your energy and doing any clearings that are necessary, and really charging up those vision boards and everything that you're going to be journaling and doing to support you receiving those intentions in 2022. This is definitely your year if you're ready to make the decision, to make the changes. And with the retreat that's coming up, we've called it the New Year Health Retreat, because starts on Friday, and what we'll be doing is, you know, obviously the meet and greet. We've got a beautiful bunch of ladies that are already booked in and coming along. Very, you know, if you're wondering, like if you're coming by yourself or you're worried about coming by yourself, these are like-minded people. They like nutritious food. They like connecting with others, they like sharing experiences, and they like being in a supportive environment. They like yoga, they like swimming in the pool and relaxing, and they like taking care of themselves. So you can see that you coming by yourself is not going to be something that's going to be unpleasant. It's that thing of coming together with your own kind, your tribe. These soulful women will be there. And the other thing about if you were coming by yourself, yes, there is a shared room that's available, and you've got to remember that you're only sleeping in that at night time. All of the rest of the time, and the retreats we've had before, everyone's basically had to be sent to bed because they're staying up all night talking and sharing, and you will only be in that room like to sleep. And during the day, if you wanted your own space where you weren't going to get interrupted, there are heaps of places around the retreat location that are either areas where there are hammocks or seats or private places that you can go and sit and do your journaling and do that self-reflection and exploration, and, you know, maybe use some journaling prompts, or just do that work to be supporting you in this really special weekend away. So on this Saturday, we'll be doing a lot of the workshops and daily yoga. The amazing laughing chef is creating his whole foods, and we have our whole food mama, as she's known, Agnieszka Simsik, who's a clinical and accredited nutritionist and yoga teacher and meditation teacher, I think, and she'll be doing the daily yoga. It's not going to be me. You'll be lucky if I'm actually physically doing it, but I will, of course, and I'm not going to be teaching you yoga. So I stay in my zone of genius, and I'm really, really excited to be doing this with you. One other little thing that I wanted to drop is that the time we're doing it is the end of the astrological year, the beginning of the new astrological year. It is the time for you to be casting that vision forward as everything resets, because, you know, the universe doesn't really work in line with the Gregorian calendar, which is a human-made thing, and it works more in line with the cycles and a much other bigger forces than good old humans. I wanted to share with you all of this information today around where trauma is experienced. It's experienced through the body, why it's so important to give yourself permission to look at the trauma you've experienced, to stop scaling it and saying it's not worthy of the work, because it is, and it's going to get in the way until you choose to allow a change to happen and a shift to occur. As a healer, I facilitate the clearing of those blocks that are trauma in your body, and due to intergenerational trauma, like you're just not going to know why some things really hold you back. You're not going to know. And some of the way that you think about things will not match your actions, and that is okay. You don't need to understand it all. You just need to be open to the work. And so while we are away on our retreat, I'll be supporting everybody with wherever they're at. Maybe just beginning on a bit of reflection, maybe in the middle of doing their work, maybe having come out the other side and just casting their vision. But everyone will be together and supporting each other in creating our intentions for 2022, and you'll come home with a beautiful vision board to really be drawing it down and repeating it and anchoring it into your energy, your choices, what's guiding you. And every year goes so quickly, and there's so much that you still want to experience and bring into your life. So now's the time to really anchor it down. And if you've got any questions about some of the things I've been talking about today, make sure you let me know in the comments. And I'll be dropping the link to the retreat so you can read about it, because it is a really exciting opportunity. And as you know, I don't really do a lot of location-based retreats like this very often. And it's so exciting to be able to do this with you, especially in these strange times. But we are doing it, and really excited to connect with you there. It's been a time when it's so hard for everybody to feel like they're really getting to connect, but this is your opportunity. So thanks very much for joining me today. I could see several of you on here. I'm really grateful for you to be here. I see you, and I really honor you in the work that you are doing to make these changes and to have that momentum and moving forward in your life and leaving the old times behind. All the best for now. Bye for now.